Well, hello, Miss Janice. So, how's everybody doing on this Thursday? We thought it was Friday all day. One of those, another one of those weird days. All right. So, we did figure everything out when it came to that word I was looking for. Yeah, I did use it in another spot, so I apologize. And great snow, great. Oh, you got snow. Well, you were just having 70-degree days. That's crazy. I know. Okay, so Monday, we are going to get this worked on tonight, and Monday we will have it finished. We're going to kind of pop around here a little bit. Every time I think I'm going to sit down and work on something, well, I have to work on something else. It's just life. It's a great, but it's okay. So we got to finish this. We're going to do this page tonight. We're going to make some of the policy envelopes that go. And of course, we do have a few more pages we're going to decorate. And then let's see, we got that one. Yeah, we'll come back and do the sleeves on Monday and the decorating on the cover, things like that. And we'll be there. All right. So we're going to start. We did the front, the generations of love. These guys. And we're going to do the back. Okay, so I need to put that one there. We've got rub-ons. We have those clock light things, and then we've got that lace to go at the top, which looks really cool even from the back side here on our book. Okay, so I'm going to start here. And the first thing we've got is we have the brown. We had lots of brown left from our album when we created it. Lots of things just kind of get on the paper. It just happens. We're going to need our, oh, and there's Wilbur with his bowl. Our white matting, and our brown we're going to cut first off at 4x5. And of course, he's going to snort at us. Okay. These are my hinge pieces that I do not want. And if you're using the vellum, the 65 pound, because you're going to want to use that for the envelopes. And what I'm doing is just grabbing back out the scraps when we created our regular album. Here we go. So I don't cut into, I don't want to cut into any new sheets. So I want to just check. Okay. So I'm going to start by cutting my back of the photo mat of 4x5. And then I'll get into the whites. We want a 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And those are already pre-cut for you. Oh, yesterday was it yesterday or the day before? It was cold, and we're back climbing up to get warm again. There it is. Sorry, just there we go. Getting this so I can use it. Now, though, it's just spring snow, right? And it melts pretty quickly. It does here, which I just love when we get the spring snow and then it just disappears. I'm not going to put that down yet. We need to get out the rub-ons and let's see, our lace pieces, because we don't want to put it down in the wrong place, right? So rub-ons, I did the word that says journey through time. Hi, Diane. And it's right here. We're going to take this whole section, very pretty. And we're also going to use some of the stitching. I just love the stitching on the rub-ons. And then we're going to want some lace. And that is one thing I want to double check on our book, that I'm not cutting something tonight that I'm not supposed to, like, or using something where I'm not supposed to. There's that one. Don't think I used anything off of it. I just want to try and bring it up here with the rest of the doodad thingies. All right, we are good. And then let me measure what I cut for the lace. So I had cut the lace at 5 3/4 or 5 7/8, and we're going to cut it in half. I'm just going to go with the 5 7/8, and then I'm going to put it in the cutter. It should be about 2 inches, so 1 inch will be your center, because we don't. That's pretty. I'll use that one. We don't need the whole thing. And I want one of those larger round clocks. There's that other piece that I was looking for in the box, but it's in here. And we want the bigger. The clock, it might be, mine might still be on my card. Or it may not be. It might be one of the ephemera. There we go. Okay, that's all we need. I'm just going to kind of lay things down. Like I said, I have that over the top, and you can ink the backside more if you want. Then we want this to sit. Want that to hang over. That's going to be up on a foam dot, and then I'll put down my photo mat. Did I just put that back in the box with everything else? And it's 4 by 5. Okay, I thought I was over this. Losing everything. The minute I touch it, it disappears. And I really am sorry you guys have to put up with me. But the nice thing is, You can go back on the recording. Well, I might have to make another one. There it is. At least it's an organized chaos, right? Okay, sort of. So I want to put this at the top. This is going to hit at the edge of my photo. This is going to be here. Then let's cut out. I'm going to cut Journey Through the Time, where the sum of all we are the sum of all generations before us. No. And then I did use this with the butterfly. Okay, I'll put this down first. I put it so it just kind of overlapped our butterfly. We'll start there. Oh, thank you, Diane. But yes, I think we crafters are a lot alike, aren't we? Oh, it's the chipboard. Doesn't matter where I put something. It can be right in front of my face and I'm still going to lose it. Okay, the little, I've found with these little letters, they're the ones that you really have to go extra on so they'll come up correctly. There we go. Lay these back down for a moment. Oh, no, it goes right up to the photo on the other one, too. All right. I'm going to bring that right over to the edge of the paper, just above the hole a little bit. Hopefully get it straight. There we go. Straight as possible. or not. It looks like stitching, so it can be crooked if we want it. All right, I'm going to lay this down. Like I said, it just depends on how much you want it to come over the top. And once I see where I want it, I think I'll just go ahead and put it down now, but I'm still going to make a mark with my pencil. You won't see it because we're going to put the photo mat up so close. I'm just going to mark where I want it to go. Otherwise, well, you know how that goes, guys. You know. And then just remember, you're only going to be gluing down about 1/4 of it. The rest will stick over the top, which looks really nice because it makes your page look so much taller. Okay. And photo mat, I just butt right up to the bottom. About a 1/2 inch from the left edge. Well, I'll tell you, once with putting up with me, I've been in school, graphic school. So I had to go. It's time I really learn all the new stuff. And thank goodness it's more of a private class. So the class is done tomorrow night. Been great though. It was packing 12 weeks semester class into 4 weeks. And I got a lot of new fun things I learned I can't wait. I cannot wait to get everything out for the rest of the year. But that's why I haven't been doing as many tutorials. Plus getting the projects ready for our events. So you're going to have to put up with me even more when I get done with the class. Sorry, but that's just how it is, right? Oh, what's the matter? Oh. Homer? I hate it when they get weird. Homer, come here. You know how your dog all of a sudden just kind of goes weird on you? I'm like, don't do that. It's like he woke up from a dream or something. Okay, I'm going to use my thicker ones. Well, thank you. Because when you're in your 60s and you're taking classes, it just really clicked super easy, all the new stuff, because I had kind of stepped away from that part, but I'm back in it 100%. So it's been fun, but it's over almost, and I'm so glad. And I just noticed something with my page. I really want to ink the edges of this. Well, hi, Monica. I wonder if he did just wake up from a weird dream. Okay, it really isn't going to show on the dark side anyway, so I'm just going to go around the edges here. It gives it that finished look. And that is done. Okay, we have a bingo. Oh, I'm out of place here. No, we don't. Our next one, there we go. Okay, we're just going to make the envelope for here. This is one we'll do Monday. And we are going to add this on our paper now. And so like I said, we're going to do a little skipping around. And Monday we will get everything finished. But this is the first one we cut, our horizontal pocket. I'm going to pull it out. You should have this piece left. I'm going to use the gold side. We'll do our little envelope here in just a second. And then we want what looks like a burlap. It's a piece of burlap. They may have fallen out. I thought mine did. Are you guys just now getting your burlap taken off of your die cut page? Okay, let's put that over here. Still got some small things on, or I throw it away. Okay, we've got some strips that look like burlap. I just saw mine the last video we did too. Okay, so if you have yours, this is what I did. Apparently, I'm about ready to just open a new package, but I don't want to do that either. Let me grab this one. Okay. They are on the laser cut ephemera. They look like this. Right here. We used the smaller one. You have those two, but you should have that one. And I'm just going to walk you through it. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. It popped up. It better. Oh, we need this. So what I did, again, because I just wanted the height while it's in here, and then I put the ribbon across it to kind of finish it off. So I'm just going to ink this bottom, the sides. You're really not going to get too much on there. You can color the back if you like. Let's just put a strip of the adhesive, and then I'm centering it. And mine does stick over the top of my book, which I like. And like I mentioned, you can take your ink if you want. This with some hinges. We have a strip that goes on the back. So if you get your paper, you're okay. But if you want to do the back, you can do the back and kind of darken that up a little bit. And then on the front, I'm going to add the ribbon. I just think it looks nice. And let's see. I think I may have used my other glue, but art glitter glue is going to work just fine. Scored tape. And I did go all the way to the edge. And I'm hanging it over the edge just a little bit, and we'll cut it to match that way. When this dries, mine dried clear. You can't even see it. And then you could even do the back side if you like. I'm going to use a strip of paper, but you definitely can use this. Okay. That needs to dry. So I'm going to just put it back into the envelope. This will have decoration on it Monday. And I know you guys are kind of following, which I don't usually do, kind of the blonde tutorial here. I also don't know where time goes, let me tell you. Okay, so that will be the beginning there. And let's make our cute little envelopes. These are so fun. I love policy envelopes because you can make them with your leftover papers. They can go with anything you like. It's just, they're really, really fun. So this one I cut at 7.5. No, I didn't. I cut this at 8.5 by 9.5. And I did use the 65 pound. If you happen to pick that up. If not, you can use any. Hi, Tiffany. How you doing? You can use any of yours. I can get a hold of it. I'm going to make 2 of these for this envelope. I mean, for this pocket. Because you can never have too many places to stick your keepsakes in. And the paper's already 8.5. So we just need to cut it 9.5. And we want to cut 2 of them 8.5 by 9.5. Now, here's the fun thing about this, guys. If you want these to be a little different size, you can actually leave this at your 11. Once you get super familiar with making the policy envelopes, it's just so easy to turn them into whatever size that you want them to be. But right now we're going to do 8.5 by 9.5. Let me put this in my pocket here. And we're going to start with 8.5 across the top of our scoreboard. And I want you to score it 2 inches. You want one of them, Tiffany? You want the little girl? By 6. That's correct. And then we're going to score. Oh, on this one, I did score a little different. I scored the top at 1.5. Oops. Did I score it? I did. Yes. 1.5 by 8. I mean, 1.5 and then at 8. I made a bigger, see the bottom? It's going to be about the same size. And that's, see where the shorter, see how that's shorter than the longer ones? That's where your shorter one comes into play. And we're going to just repeat with the second piece with the 9.5 across the top. Well, that's why she's barking, is because he's out there in his in the wood shop at 2 and 6. He's out there Well, I can't wait to show you what he's cutting. It's for the paper pantry boxes for the April showers that's going on. It's part of the project, and it's so pretty. Wait till you see what he designed. You guys are going to love it. And then one and a half. I think I told you wrong. It's not 8. I mean, it's not 6. Sorry. Go back to this original one. The first one, we scored it at 2 and 6. When we turned it, we scored it 1.5. Oh, it is right. It's 1.5 and 8. Oh. Okay. I'm senile. You know what? I just did mine wrong. That's what I did. I told you the right, but I did mine wrong. So there we go. Supposed to score with the 8.5 at the top, like I told you, at 2 and 6. Nine and a half across the top at 1.5 and 8. And all those extra score lines aren't going to matter. Whoops. Because I'm going to cover with paper, and I just have to make sure. Okay, this is my 6-inch side. And we're going to just fold that in so I can get my markings here. My 2 is the inside. So that was the 2 and the 6. I usually have the bigger piece on my right-hand side. And then 1.5 at the top. And pretty much the same at the bottom. Okay. I'm going to cut out, and I angle on the inside, and we're just going to cut out that right-hand square, and then we're going to cut out this left-hand square. You'll see that will come over and over and up. And there goes Homer. Okay, this is where we scored at 2 inches and 6 inches. We're going to take out this square and this square. And I'm just cutting straight for right this moment. And the same over here on the 2-inch side. Okay, for my flaps, I'm going to just use my angle cutter. I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to show you. If you followed when we did, well, yeah, you did follow when we did the envelopes in the chipboard album. I did measure. I'm not going to measure. I just put my flap over, and then I'm just going to do an angle cut. Okay, and I don't even worry. I do need to clean that up. I don't worry about the matching. Now, in the original, in that other video we did, in the chipboard one, I did measure, so you can definitely go back on that. But we really don't have to, guys. Let me show you. Just push your flap over and we'll do it again and just take an angle cut. Main thing is you want to get your hand inside of your envelopes. Now, if you want to mat this, you might want to keep your pieces or just lay your cardstock down. I'll probably just do like a, let me show you. I'll probably just do a, we'll mat it together here in a minute, a square. And then I'm going to close, I'm going to put the 6-inch over the top of the 8-inch. I'm going to close up the bottom. How about we glue it first? Which is no problem. Just get some glue in there. And then we can go ahead and mat this. These are going to be 4 by 6 3/8. We're going to make the other one in just a minute. And then we're going to just, this is where you get into your, you know, that pile of little scraps we have left. Of course, I have more than this, but this is what I'll start with. I'm just going to use what we aren't going to be using. Okay, that's the wider side. This is going to be the bottom. I don't worry about the straight cut because we're going to cover it. I mean, the flap will close right on top of there. So if it's not perfectly straight, nobody will see. Flip that over and use that for my guide. Makes it easier. Okay, left and right squares, we want to take those out. Again, I don't worry too much about cutting it too straight because we're going to angle it here in just a minute. I must have cut my finger. All right, let's, well, that one probably took a little too much off, but we'll fix that when we angle cut it. That's the nice thing too. These are so forgiving if you don't cut something straight. So I'm just going to pop the flap in to the inside and cut. I'm going to glue this down first. And if you need to or want to fix anything before you glue it down, you can. There we go. Okay, that's the 2-inch piece. This time I'm going to glue it first. Again, you can add some brads, you can add some string. I just leave mine open. And then again, these are 4 inches. So whatever you choose needs to be 4 inches by 6 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the burlap. So 6 3/8 and 4 7/8. No, 3 7/8. Sorry. I'm only going to do the front on camera, and then you guys can do the backs if you like. Again, I'd probably only go to there unless you've left it open and you want to, or you want to slide your cardstock down in. Okay. And then you can just draw it. Slide it down in and then just draw your angle. And have the side up that's going to go on the envelope so that it matches. But I'll just do the front this time. Let me get, these aren't long enough, so let me get a longer piece. And we have lots, you should have lots of scraps left. But remember, we have this full sheet, which you're not going to cut into because it's going on the cover. There's those dots. And again, it'll be 6 3/8 and 3 7/8. Oh, no, that's going on here. See, I don't worry about those extra score lines because this is going right on top. And then we can decorate these when we come back Monday. If I wouldn't decorate them until we're, you know, all done with all of the pieces that we're going to use. And are you just loving all this daylight? Oh, I am. Sure nice to have it back. Okay. And you can also, you can do your flaps if you want. Oh, I do too, Monica. It's fabulous. All that daylight. And then the nice thing is, see, you have access to your pockets. And I did make these a little bit taller than the original one because I realized the other one would be too short. I felt it was going to be too short for some of like a bookmark type if I wanted to put the pictures on. So I felt those 6 inches a better length, especially going through that time frame where I have a lot of my mother's stuff and my father's from the house. It was newspaper articles and they're longer. So really cool ones too. My one great aunt kept one of the old scrapbooks, and it's got all these newspaper articles and about, because they were from Iowa, and the first, I mean, rabies. It was crazy about their dog having rabies, and it made the newspaper. Just really cool stuff like that. And I need longer envelopes. So there you go. Now you've got some more spots, and then you can have photos back there. But the nice thing is you've got somewhere safe now for those keepsakes. And then our bingo card I did not do anything to because it's front and back. And more than likely, there's just going to be a photo there. But I didn't really want to cover that. So that one I leave as is. Okay, let's work on our pocket. Our pocket, as they would say. Super cute. And then you can also put and make cards to go in there. Okay, we've got perfect spot for rub-ons, chipboards, and butterflies, and that other typewriter that we get to go dig for. Yay! Okay, let's find a moment in time. I love when it just pops up. Let's get a, he's not big enough, butterfly. These are cute. I love those little guys. Okay. Now I know we have that typewriter. And see, look what I just found, guys. Always when you're not looking for them, huh? I think these would really be really cute on the front of our envelopes. Then you can write on those. Okay. Butterfly. And I found the exact butterfly for the cover. Excuse me. And then our big typewriter. Now the rub-ons. And the rub-on is Whispers from the Past. So we use basically all the words. I think we used them all by the time we're finished. And let me show you. I took the Whispers from the Past. I took all of this, even the butterfly, and I used all of it, the whole thing. So we're just going to cut straight across. That's not part of it. I used every bit of this. And I just left it all intact. Match it to the top. Okay, we can get to rubbing. Monica, has your snow been melting? You had so much of it there for a while. All right, let's check things out here. I like to keep watch while I'm peeling. Oh yeah, I'll bet it was absolutely nothing compared to what you had there for a while. No, that little S. Okay. Make sure everything's down. Okay. I offset mine on purpose. Depends on how you like yours. I like the crazy spring weather when it's like this, when it has snow, then a little bit of rain, then about 80 degrees. Okay. Now our little butterfly, I just put him up here at the top. Okay, we'll do it that way. I wish you could see Wilbur. I'm sure you can hear him. Life's rough when you're a beagle. Okay, then my typewriter. I did pop him up on dots. Yep, you guys can hear him. So if anybody out there, if you have a Sleep Number bed, I have to tell you something super funny. You can set on your Sleep Number bed, you can put it on snore. So if you snore, it raises itself, right? We usually don't use it. My husband has his CPAP, so he doesn't snore. But we've been having trouble, so we had to reset the bed. It won't keep our feet warm. So he reset it. We didn't know it was on. And oh my God, Wilbur started snoring out in the hall where he sleeps. Our bed picked it up and it started moving Rick up. It started moving me up. And I'm like, we're not snoring. It's the dog. And he was setting off the snore mode that makes the bed go up. So that was quite an adventure. Okay, backside. Backside is going to be fun. We have 3 different frames here. We have some of the leftover lace, butterflies, mason jars, tag. So some fun layering going on here. Let's get in and find the frames. Okay, first one is one of the square ones that has the photo strip there. I'll give you the measurement. So this one, it measures about 2 5/8 by 3 1/4. Then we have this one. And the next one has that wider frame on it. And there's that piece of lace. Oh, well, it was a different one, but we'll put that up there. It's this wide one. There's that. So we had this left over from when we cut that in the very beginning of the book. I used that. It is this one, but it's on the left-hand side, so I have to find the other one. And then we want to have this bigger compass. So let's find... I mean, it doesn't have to be the exact same one, but I'm looking for the exact same one. Here it is. Ticket 7876 4585. Hi, Vicki. How are you? And then we have mason jars, but I think these, it's the other ones. So if we don't find it, we'll use that one because they are very close. I have the compass. And a butterfly. And the way it goes with butterflies, what we find we use. These are the big mason jars. I didn't use those. I used the small ones. So they're opposite of this, but it won't really matter. But I do have them close at hand. Wow, that's a first. Okay. See the longer one? This is the opposite. So I'll put him away. I'm just going to take a quick look for this butterfly. Like I said, if I don't find it right off the bat, we'll use this other one. It's just a little bit smaller. And I am going to take him out, that one, just so I have it. But I do believe I use this elsewhere, so I won't use it. Here we go. See, we have quite a few of other little butterflies. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. I do one a little bit bigger. I'm going to take those out so that they're there. Okay, that looks like that's it for me for butterflies. That's what I'll use. Is this little orange one. My mason jar. I have this, we have this, so we're good to go. We just need to get our papers. And we're just going to get into the ones that will fit closest. We're going to have to trim them down. So this is my 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I'll just trim it. Looks like I just need to take a 1/2 inch off. From the length. Oh, maybe a little bit more. But I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch total from that white. So it becomes 4 by, excuse me, 4 by 3 3/4. And that will fit really well. And then for my small one, we have our 2 3/4. And I may not have, oh, I've got some 3 by 4s because I used it on both albums. So I just need to cut this down. So this one I cut to 2.5 by 2 7/8. Yeah, 2.5 by 2 7/8. It'll fit good. That way, if you're cutting just from a regular sheet of white cardstock, you'll know the size. Okay, and then this guy is going to need more of a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And you will have to trim it. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off of each side. Of the, not each side, sorry, just off the width and the length. So I'm making it 3 1/4. A little past 4 1/8. That's going up at the top. Now this can be tricky. We want that open for photos, so we'll only glue down one side there. And I did leave, looks like the top. Nope, I left the side. Okay. Now your white is, it's just a placeholder if you're going to do a photo. So you can also put these down without these, but I always put the white behind. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, so these are almost symmetrical. One side's 4 1/4. Oh, it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. Seems to be just a little over 4, but it goes, I'm having this one open from the top, so it will swing down, be easier to get your photo in. And then what I did here to the right, and it's going to sit, just our frame part is going to sit on top of this frame, and that's where I kind of glue that just on the frame. And then I put my little one here just over on the side. Kind of give you that family tree, you did a family, what are those called? Gallery wall. Okay, and then this little guy, he will be sitting down here at the bottom. So let's see where we want stuff. I did cover that. And then I added this piece. Once I get that over. Okay, bring this one to that edge, and then this one. Now I'm going to center it. And I brought this here, and it does hang over the edge. Okay, so this one is going to go just 1/8 of an inch from the top. So we want it to open this way. I'm just going to add my glue right there. Like I said, just about 1/8 of an inch from the top. And 1/2 inch from the left. Okay, my next one is this frame. Remember, we've got our holes, and the word general store is there, and I wanted to see some of it, so it doesn't completely cover that. So just kind of mark where your frame starts and do a line of glue there at the bottom. just so it gets this top part. You don't want it to get the white. Make sure everything will open after it dries, that is. So we can still get our photo and it will slide down. So I have to go this way, it'll be fine. Oh, you know what? We were supposed to glue this whole thing down. What am I doing? Glue the whole white down. This is the one we don't want to glue our white down. We just want to glue this outside piece. And then it will overlap here. Just a little bit. Darn bottle without the tip. And I offset so that it wasn't perfect. I didn't want anything perfectly straight. Okay. Go ahead and ink if you're inking. Okay. I'm just going to put a line of glue on the frame. We're going to set that right on top. Oh, I keep forgetting it's shedding. Okay, I have it hanging over the edge here. Mason jars. I do put these up on foam. You can do any size you want. I'm going to use the bigger ones. Okay, and then I'll put my butterfly right there on the end. So let's use a dot of glue. And then I put the compass up here in the corner. I guess we'll have North going that way. Okay, we're done with that one with our pocket page. And like I said, you can go back when you're all finished. And if you want to, I'll do these better. I probably will put them on cardstock, or you can just ink them and leave it because they're heavy enough for photos or for writing. Okay, let me get this one put away. Oh, she's so bad. Okay, this is where we're going to kind of skip over. So we're going to skip over this till Monday, and we're going to this one. I love this one. I don't know why. But I'm going to use brown for our photo spot. Sorry about that, guys. And then we've got to get our pieces and parts out that we want to use. Okay, frame. It's this big one. You know, my camera is like, there we go. It has the movie strip there. And I will be using the brown instead of white. Okay, now let's get in here and let's get some of these stamps. So I'm looking for postage stamps. I have the 2 here that will go behind our roses. And again, it can be any of them because they're so interchangeable. And then we want a love that lasts forever. And it was right there. Okay, bring that out. So what I'm looking for are those guys, our corners, but I do believe my corners were still attached. So we'll go get those off of there. Then we want this nice big bouquet of roses. Yeah, like I said, everything now is just a mess. Okay, here's one that I did use. It looks like, well, I really can't tell you what it says, but it's kind of a burgundy. That was the back one. One of my corners. So I'm going to do is just grab the stamps out that have fallen. I do have more in there, I do believe. And now to the flowers. And these won't be too hard to find because they're right here. Nice and big floral. Nice big floral. Okay, see, I do still have some here. But I'm just going to go ahead and take, I'm going to see how those look. They'll look just fine. And you've got some money. And every time I pick something up, it falls out. Okay, I don't want to lose that. Oh, there it is. Well, it's pretty darn close. Like I said, they all are made to go together. That's what's really nice about it. That's what we'll go with. Okay, we'll start with our frame. And our frame is about 5 by 4 and 7/8-ish. So we'll want one of the bigger, like 4 by 6, and we'll cut it down. Let me see if it's going to be big enough. Oh no, we're using brown. So I'm just going to cut this. Oh yeah, our little thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, we'll need one of our little roses, and we'll go get that. I used a bright red one. We have, like I said, other colors here we can use. If we don't want to go digging. But I used the bright, this colored one. There it is. So we've got an orange one, we've got kind of a tan one, and then the one I use. So don't feel, I mean, if you're at your wit's end digging, just use the one you like. So I'm going to cut 4 7/8 by, let's go 4 3/4. Yeah, just to be safe. Well, we can go 4 3/4 probably by 4 3/4. Into the top. Flowers to the top. And then I put my strip here at the left, that one at the right, and we can even go 4 5/8 by 4 5/8, I think. Oh no, yeah, let's go down to 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. I may have to take a little, no, I think we'll be good. Okay. Now, if you happen to get this on, something sticks out, which I did the other night, I'm just going to do the same here just to keep it nice and tidy on the inside here. I'm just going to angle cut those 2 corners. Let's just lay our pieces down. So that just, I just kind of, let's move this over. You know what? I accidentally did cover the hole on that one. That's funny. I just looked over and noticed I had to repunch the hole because I covered it. So do watch, be mindful of that. So that's going to go behind there as soon as I can get it how I want it. There we go. Then I put that on foam just at the top. That's just over too far. So you know what? I can see why I did that on the first one. I'm going to just have to repunch my hole, and that's fine because it's going to be too far to the right. This corner should be just a little off from the hole there. Yeah, I'll just repunch there. Because we want, if we don't, this is going to be too far to the edge. And I'm going to leave the side open so we can put in our postage stamps. or we can go ahead and just glue them right onto the floral. Let's see how the green will look. Just going to kind of fan that there at the bottom and connect them. Oops. So I will put the stamps there on top of, I'm going to glue it to the roses. And then I have this that comes over. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is just add my postage stamps to the roses. And again, I'm going to mark just where that needs to be sitting. And I'll repunch that hole. Or I may not even have to. Let's see. Nope, we're good. Okay. Now with this, go ahead and get your placement, because we just want to put it on the frame and up the frame just a hair. So I want to go from here to about there. So it will open together. But yes, when we put this down, so you'll just kind of have to lift up and slide your photo in, because this is going to be down. And my little rose, let's pop this up on foam so it's not flat. And again, that just goes on the corner of the frame. One more. You're looking for the bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been fed. Of course they've been fed. Our pets will not let us go. They'll let us know they want to be fed. Okay, I'm just making sure I can get my picture in there good. Yes, we have plenty of space. Okay, that side is finished. And then the back side. I thought this was cute too. I like this one. So we're going to have 2 photo mats, and we're going to use for the back. I used our leftover papers. I used a piece of burlap. So the backs are 3x4. Nope. 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm not going to use that piece. Plenty of others here. Of course, we want some that kind of match. That's the same one I used here. This one has the, what do you call that stuff? I call it wallpaper. There we go. 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. That will be perfect. And then if you have a piece of the burlap, or I didn't worry about what I was covering, of course, because like this one, the roses are going the wrong direction, but the white cardstock, the 3x4, will cover that up just fine. So let's go ahead and cut these guys, the pieces that you choose. You know what? I'm just going to go 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Oh, somebody must have been playing ball. Goodness, Homer. Let's get our 3x4s. So it just depends how much of a border you want. This was a smaller border. This is the 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'll just go with the 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Oh wait, maybe I won't. Well, this isn't going to be wide enough. Yeah, it is. Okay. 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then see, with that covering, it's just fine. Okay, we'll get these put together, and then also, since we're matting, let's go ahead and get this little frame, this little kind of gold frame. That one. And again, we will be using a heart. Remember, I had an issue with then I used the other one, so it might be that little guy, either a heart or the circle will be just fine. Then we have a ruler. We have some of the this stuff. Now I think I did use that one. I stuck this one down into the vase. So I'm going to use this one. This one had a bow. This one does not. Then we have a butterfly, which we kind of already got our butterflies out. I'm not going to use him. He's my bigger one. We're going to save that. And we're going to use this little orange one. I think that's it for the cover. But on the inside, we want some leaves. That's this one. Then we want that greenery, which is separate off of our oh wait a minute. Is this the other one with, oh, here's the one with the bow. Oh, that doesn't look as purple. We'll leave that there though. So much start. Oh, look, we got another butterfly. Surprise, surprise. Everything that starts falling off, sometimes it's hard to keep track of. All right. So we're looking for some greenery. And I don't want to lose that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Oh, no, we didn't use that. Greenery. And I bet you it's this piece that had fallen out. So we want the greenery from somewhere, if you can find it. So we're going to take one more quick look. And if it's not here, it's not here. And if you can find a key or even an arrow, it's fine. We're just going to have the top of it peeking out for layers. Okay, so mine's going to be minus the greenery. That's right here. And this will be the piece that comes from there. Yeah, this one is not as purple. So we'll put him back. Now I know I didn't use this one, and that really does need some greenery there. So I'm just going to take the head off. I'm going to behead my flower because it really does need something there. And those two will go great together. So I'll use the circle instead of the heart because I know I used that on the other, you know, that first part when I couldn't find that one. I got to come up with something to keep our 49 in market when we start tearing it apart, when it starts falling apart from the backing. Trying to keep that together sometimes it's not easy. Okay. All right, and then we just need to put a little white piece in our frame. And these are just scraps, so I'm just going to use these. And again, we'll just kind of have to cut this one since it's a circle. Okay, just attach that edge to the frame. And let's put this together. Okay. And then I'll have lavender. Oops, they're stuck there. And then the butterfly. Okay, so I just brought it down 1/8 of an inch from the top. Okay, and this one is really fun. So we'll just dab glue on the thicker parts. And then the butterfly. This one's a little different, so I'll just bring him in on top of that leaf. I don't usually worry too much on those frames, as you know, with the back, because when we put a picture and glue this down, nobody will see it. Okay, let's open the inside. So the back, I just left. And then, excuse me, our photo mats are off-centered. Excuse me. And then we have the greenery and the leaves. So I'll put the greenery down first here in just a minute, overlapping the white matting, and this will go down behind there. And either a key or I'm going to use an arrow because he was right there and just available. That will sit kind of off center there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put down the top photo mat. So just see where you want to place that one. Watching the holes. Okay, now this one, because I want to slide all these down, I want to put it down after. I'm just going to glue the right hand side and basically the bottom. Also, because we don't want to hinder putting a photo in there. And then in excuse me, in a minute I will go ahead and add some more adhesive there after I get my flowers down. So I just went in then like an L right there. Okay, we're going to do the outside and stay just right over here on the right hand side on the back. Wow, now we're getting some black skies. We were talking snow earlier, and we're getting some dark clouds. Well, it's not what I wanted it to do. Well, he just broke. And you know what? It's staying there because I'm not going to rip the paper. Well, that will be just fine. Some of these leaves, as you know, are so fragile. Okay, now just add the arrow or a key, whichever you have. Okay, now I just add a little adhesive down underneath this, under this photo mat. You don't want to get any on it. And that way you can still slide your photo, see behind the leaves and everything. And then this is a good spot to write your date on. A date or names or anything. Oh, shoot. Let me just move out of the, I'm just inking. Just a dot in the center. And down that will go. Okay. Now this was the one, remember I cut through, and then also this will be one of our Monday pages. So we have two, these are not the envelopes, but those are two, what do you call those? Tags that will go in here. Let me give you the measurements. And then we are going to make, I'll show you what we're going to do next before we finish for the night. So these were just left over from cardstock. They're 4 inches. I just cut 4 inches. They're 4 inches by, they're 4 by 6. And they were from, you remember the strips? If you made the chipboard album, that was left from those, or from that one, our pages we've made. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did, because we cut it off the bottom. So it's just 4 by 6, and then I trim the corners. I haven't matted them or anything yet, but I will. I just didn't want to use any of the paper till after we do the cover. And then it will sit inside of here. Now, when you cut yours, you probably didn't do like I did if you watched the video and cut right through. So those are 4 by 6, and then you can do your covers as you like. So let's do this envelope. And then that's where I will leave you until Monday. And then Monday, I'm going to start earlier, and we're just going to breeze right through. I really loved this, but I really wanted it to be an envelope. So I made the envelope. So that's what we're going to do here. And then we're going to punch holes, and we're going to use it as our a page or a policy envelope instead. Okay, so for this one, though, you will want a 12 by 12 because, oh, no, yeah, you have to have a 12 by 12 because it's going to be 11 by 9. This one has to, it's bigger. So I will be using one of the brown cardstocks that we built the pages with. And we're going to go ahead and cut this at 11 inches by 9. Okay, 11 by 9. And we want to start with the 9-inch across the top. Well, let's start with 11 across the top so I don't get messed up. 11 inches across the top. And I want you to score it 3 inches and 8 inches. And that's the perfect size. I am flipping mine over, and I'm going to rescore it at 3 and 8 because it's so heavy. Now, with the 9-inch across the top, we're going to score at 1.5. 100 pounds is pretty heavy. 1.5 and 8.5. Okay. And then we want to just burnish the edges. I mean the score lines. I'm starting with the edges that fold in like so. I'm actually going to go both ways because it's so heavy. Just double check my fit. Perfect. I'm using 100 pound. That's why I'm going back and forth. If you're not using 100 pound, you probably don't need to do that. It's just so heavy. Okay. I'm gonna start here at the bottom. This is my 1/2 inch here. That'll be what we close it up with. I'm just going to angle to that score line, go above my score mark and cut that off. And then we're going to clean it up just to get rid of any of the score mark that was there. Okay, we're going to just cut these squares out, just like before. I am making sure I cut off my score mark. I don't want to pull that. Okay, I'm just going to fold that over and do the same thing. Just going to miter that right off. Yeah, I got that one kind of messed up here. I might have to fix that. And it's fixed. So can you see? All right, let's add glue. This is well, each side on this one. These are both the same. They're both 3 inches, I believe. And the bottom. Okay, and we will punch the holes after you put this down, and check it because you'll have to trim it just a hair. From this side, I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off. Don't take it from the side with the holes because we need those. And the top one here, I'm just going to fix that. Might need to take just a little off the bottom too, but don't take very much. Okay, go ahead and ink up your edges and we can put that down and then we'll punch the holes. Oh. It's just like those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It just starts oozing out. Okay, hole punch. The big one, and we'll just go, oh, pull up your flap. You don't want to, because see, mine would have gotten it. So we'll just go right through the hole that's already there. Makes it so easy. And now for the rub-ons. Like I said, this is pretty much all of the wording. Cherished memories. Well, let's see. Okay, I did not accidentally use this, did I? I don't think so. Oh, hold on. Is that washi tape? Oh, that might be. Let's check the washi tape. It is. No, there's memories. No, he's got some butterfly now. Here it is. We are going to take this butterfly from the bottom, and the butterfly is going with the stitching at the top. Then we have our cherished memories. And I did take this butterfly. Okay. So we're just going to cut around here. I still don't get the cookies, but they look like cookies. Chocolate chip ones. Okay, let's take off our stitching and our butterfly. That's going to go at the top. I'll just leave that all together because you'll notice you've got quite a bit of stuff there at the bottom. And we want to place it just below the hole. And I'll start up here with my stitching. Super cute. Adds so much. Now there's a lot of little stuff there. You don't notice it till you start peeling it. Just the shading. So you don't want to really grab that and just pull. There we go. Okay, and that's where we're going to stop for tonight. That in. And then you guys, if you're working, on this later, you can get caught up. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not do the back of the envelope? Hold on here. Oh, no, that's not the envelope. That's the page we'll do on Monday. Okay, isn't that cute though? And yet we have it. We can add photos to the back. I just really like the policy envelope look. Okay, and I love when it starts filling up. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave you guys tonight. And on Monday, we will just zoom through and we'll get her all done. But I will start at 5 instead of 5:30 because I know for some of you it's late, and that'll get it all done. We'll do the cover, and we've got another project under our belt. I always love when we get everything finished, because that means we can start on a new project, and that's what we've got to do, because we also have our Sweet Beginnings we've got to do, baby album. Well, guys, thank you so much, and thanks for spending the evening with me. And oh yes, Janice, I thought maybe you snuck off to bed. I didn't hear you. Yes, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm sure I'll talk to some of you by then or during the weekend. So, and have a good night and stay warm if you've got snow, and keep it there. I'm ready for springtime. Good night, everybody.